Alright, we finally made it to disc 2. So we're on the fourth target, alter ego. Let's do it!
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, Mr. Smith. The election is drawing near. Have you decided on your vote? If you haven't, please let the Republican Party make the most of your precious vote. Thank you and have a nice day.
Very necessary animated cutscene.
Oh, that felt good. Talk about relieving stress. Hey, you! What are you staring at? Oh, I get it. You want to take a look, right? Does it turn you on? Does it? Hey, will you stop staring? Jeez, what a pervert.
At least Samantha looks really good in the animated one. I guess.
We are the Punishing Rangers, the Handsome
You see that boob jiggle? Jesus.
Reporting live to you now. The reports are just coming in. Steve Thunderson of the Democratic Party has been assassinated during today's Congress session. The assassins appeared to be wearing costumes resembling the comic book characters, the Handsome Men. Oh, jeez.
The handsome men. I like those ranges. Actually pretty curious who did the animation for that. Probably go look it up and put it on the screen which studio did it, so. It's that one right there. That's cool.
Who are they?
You never heard of them? That mysterious group of guys who call themselves the Handsome Men? I've heard that they're designed by the military to counter the heaven smiles. But what's funny is that they look like heroes from an underground comic. ZTT Comics. Ever heard of them? Anyway, the hype about this comic is that the stories seem to cross over with the real world.
What's that got to do with Thunderson's assassination?
Well, you see, the story in the comic forewarned about the assassination before it actually happened. And 27 minutes afterwards, a news story about Thunderson's assassination was updated in the online game.
Who's the architect behind this?
Well, I know for sure that the bastards at the PR agency, Electro and Line Inc., are trying to buy over whatever character rights they can get a hold of. Not only that, they're spoiling the creative interest of that industry.
So those bastards are the targets?
Actually, the target is the comic book writer, Trevor Pearl Harbor. He's got a place down in the Dominican Republic where he does his thing. Now, sometimes you have to take the strong-arm approach.
Got it.
Oh, and before I forget... Look, the latest issue was released today. Last week it ended with Thunderson's assassination. Now, according to the last issue, there's supposedly a new enemy appearance in here.
Our master? He's...
Turned into a monster. Hey, wait a sec. This means that the next target is gonna be... the Killer7.
Wandering in the Republic of Light and Shadow, Dominican. Kill the comic artist Trevor Pearl Harbor in secrecy. Secret? Is secret mission? But man, the budget. I wonder how much they put into this game because they got like different studios working on like the cutscenes and stuff. It's crazy. I forget that this game is so diverse and unique. man. They're still able to like keep every location having its like own style. This also looks really cool too. It's the reason why I respect this game.
Thank you, sir.
How you making out?
I'm getting by.
Hey, here's something extra.
Let me sing you a song. A song for travelers. This is a lost city. You must find the key. For your tranquility, deep within, guide to your soul, find your place, then you'll find your way.
And if I don't?
The darkness will swallow you, and you'll become a resident of the City of Smiles, where eternal darkness rules all.
When I'm gone, sing me that song, will ya?
They really put an emphasis on those sideburns, man. Wow. Iwazaru actually gave me something that was actually important. He should have suplexed it. I was expecting a suplex. Man, the soundtrack is awesome. Every level has like really good songs. Oh god. They're really quick. It's gonna be hard to actually get the be critical on those guys. Ooh, that was close. That rolling guy I hit on accident. One thing I don't really agree with is locking out characters in the beginning. Doesn't really make too much sense. I guess in lore it makes more sense, but eh. Art style here is really interesting. It's very plain, but it also has its own kind of style going on. It's not just pure white, even though some areas are pure white. It's more of like a gradient, if you could see it here. That's what gives it a little bit more detail instead of being plain. See, it's stuff like that. He's just telling me what's already happening. It's self-explanatory, guy. I don't think I've stressed enough how much I enjoy the atmosphere of video games, especially good ones. This is the reason why I really enjoy Dark Souls, just because the atmosphere and the environments are just so good. Doesn't matter if it's really dark. If the atmosphere is portrayed in an amazing way, doesn't have to be necessarily artistic, just a good way that's really immersive, then I'll probably like the game. Like this one. This atmosphere is just weird and it's super weird and it looks good. Doesn't really matter that the gameplay is just alright. Just the atmosphere is what counts. To me, at least.
You're fucked.
There's a laser guy over there. There's another game that's coming out. I saw a few trailers for it. It's called Agony, I think. Looks like a weird first-person horror type game, but the environment and the atmosphere, visuals, just look insane. Like, that game looks cool. Doesn't really matter that I probably won't like the gameplay. I want to get it because that game looks interesting, like crazy. Yeah, if you haven't seen any trailers or anything of Agony, look up like Agony game or something and just look at it. It looks amazing. Crazy. Amazingly crazy. It's actually surprising to me how much I really like immersion in video games. That can actually push like me to keep playing a video game till I finish it. It's just how much the game can immerse me in their world. Has to be cohesive too, and Dark Souls does it really well. Fucked. Everything kind of makes sense. I'm pretty sure there was a few games that actually lack continuity. I just can't really name one off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure there's a few games that have like really bad continuity, so I probably wouldn't like those games unless they were actually forcing that onto the player, maybe. Fourth wall breaking isn't too bad. Metal Gear Solid does it pretty well.
You're fucked.
I liked how honest Iwazaru is though. Starting to warm up to him. Why do random people have like keys to this dude's like place? Doesn't make any sense. You know, one thing I did not expect this game to be this long. This game is way longer than I thought it was gonna be. And this is only the first level on this 2. I'm not sure how long this 2 is. I don't think it's gonna be longer than the first disc. Man, this game is way longer than I thought it was. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just long. Longer than I thought.
Light is caprice. Sometimes it escapes the darkness. Sometimes it hides in it. Sometimes it engulfs us, keeping us warm. Other times it desiccates us with absolute unpity. Wherever the light may lead, a beast awaits. You shall be King Traveler.
A very necessary cutscene, right? I'm not sure what the context is yet. I think after the other boss fight with Dan and his mentor, that really reminded me of No More Heroes. That actually really reminded me of that, which is cool because I did enjoy No More Heroes. I did play both games. And I enjoyed them. I got so much blood in this area that I already broke the machine. I still have 500 DL of blood. I'm not sure what that stands for. So much killing. It is getting pretty repetitive though. It's just because the amount of enemies they throw at you is ridiculous now. This part here looks like a Sega game. Kinda wish Sega made more cool games. I actually think highly of Sega whenever they release something that's not Sonic. You know, their racing games are great. They make good games. It's just that Sonic sells apparently.
It's Dan Smith, my man!
Yo, how's it going with next week's story, huh?
Whoa, this is unbelievable. You really came? I didn't think I had such power.
You're one lucky guy, you know that? Let me ask you, what happens to your prophecy if I shoot you right now?
Oh, I already wrote it. I wrote the story, so you'll die. Hey, it's almost time for their appearance. The appearance of heroes! You better watch out. These handsome men are tough. Trust me, I know. 'Cause I wrote them. Kill Dan! Give him the old handsome wink stuff! Handsome wink!
Handsome baby! Get down!
I suggest you don't get too involved. Unless, of course, you want to end up like this fellow here.
You think you guys can kill me?
I didn't know Killer7 had a sense of humor. It's showdown, Dan Smith.
You'll pay for Black's death, bloody psychopaths, Killer7. Prepare to die. We are the Punishing Rangers! The Handsome Men!
Sorry, but your stupid series ends today. I'll finish you all at once if that's more convenient.
Fine! Let's settle this once and for all. 7 versus 7, fair and square. The place will be Broadway, New York, at 0400. Wait! I'm not finished with you yet!
Talk about characters out of a comic book.
Wait, the dude's dead. We don't have to go kill these guys. They're also called handsome men. And there's like 3 girls in there. That doesn't make any sense. Military standoff, the skyscraper something. Duel with the handsome men. The Punishing Rangers. Is it just one man, not men? I'm confused now.
They're coming! Wow! It's the handsome men! Awesome!
This is actually pretty awesome, I have to admit. Light brown.
Handsome purple! Handsome white pearl! Handsome gold! We are the Punishing Rangers! The Handsome Men!
They're really
Yeah, they say
here.
men.
Did you see that? A real handsome pose!
Hope you guys are ready.
I must say, to decide where you will die is a gallant act.
Fitting for the Killer7, don't you think?
I think that's enough chit-chat. Shall we begin?
Why not? I've got the ultimate cards matched up.
Let's get it on!
This makes me want to see like an action sequence that's animated rather than actually playing it. Well, who knows? Maybe this sequence is really cool. You never know.
First matchup, Harmon Smith versus Handsome Red.
This is pretty hilarious. Hajime. Yeah, what's up? Look at the zeros and ones.
Next matchup, Con Smith versus Handsome White Pearl.
Hajime! Hajime!
Unless I'm supposed to lose this. See if there's like any targets around. Because I was just pretty much shooting myself here. He's just copying me. Can't even move or anything. Am I supposed to lose this match? I guess I'm supposed to lose that one, I'm not too sure.
Our third matchup is Coyote Smith versus Handsome Gold.
Hajime! Hajime!
I like how they just copy.
Fourth matchup, Coyote Smith versus Handsome Light Brown.
I love the announcer. Is that freaking, what's his name? Is that, Steve Bloom? Sounds like Steve Bloom. Oh.
Fifth matchup, Kevin Smith versus Handsome Dead.
Handsome Dead?
Hajime! Hajime!
Hajime!
Sixth matchup, Dan Smith versus Handsome Blue.
Hajime! Hajime!
Seventh matchup, Mask Smith versus Handsome Purple.
Hajime! Hajime!
Wow, Mass actually died? But he was resurrected.
They know who's the strongest.
This is pretty amazing. Oh my gosh.
Final matchup, Garcian Smith versus Handsome Pink.
Garcian?
Hajime! Hajime!
Garcian doesn't know how to fight.
The girl's an avid gamer. Her world of games and the real world coexist as one.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Killer Garcian. My name's Love.
How do you know my name?
Because I write the story, mister.
I don't follow.
Here's the thing. I'm working for Electro-Online Inc. I create propaganda using media, you see?
You're saying that they're all Electro-Online's advertisements?
That's why I'm gonna bring them down. I'll make them pay for Trevor's death.
Can you really do it?
I'll make sure justice is done. But in my book, though, you be sure to check it out in next week's issue. I'm really glad we met, Mr. Killer Garcian.
The pleasure's all mine. Love, your passion is inspiring to us all.
Thank you. I'll be watching you, mister.
The voice does not match that girl. What the hell was that? Alright, on to target 5, smile. See, it looks like a normal smile to me.
After the tone. Hello, Mr. Smith. The election is drawing near. Have you decided on your vote? If you haven't, please let the Republic Party make the most of your precious vote. Thank you and have a nice day.
I always got an intro with that, huh? What happened? She like overdosed or something? Gotta go to the forbidden room.
Check.
What a coincidence. Check.
This time, the game is mine. Do you want to hear a story, Harmon?
Why not?
There once was a young man who had a promising future. The center-back position was his to keep, and no one could take that away from him. Any play was a fair play. No one blew the whistle on him. Everybody loved him. Not to mention his campus sweetheart. Ooh, she was something. They were the perfect couple. He graduated from Columbia with an MBA. His opportunity was infinite. He could do whatever he wanted with his life. But was he satisfied? No. Every night he would cry, begging the Lord. Something deep within needed awakening. Then one day it happened. That moment when the subconscious rises to the surface. Well, the way it triggered was very simple. It happened when his mother came on to him one night. As if the spirit of Jack the Ripper had taken over his body, he stabbed and stabbed until you couldn't tell who she was. You know what I think? An angel whispered into his ear. The angel gave him the extra courage he needed to give her the divine retribution she deserved.
Sure she wasn't the Hell's Angel?
I'm pretty sure she only had good intentions.
You really are a villain.
I had nothing to do with it, but I must admit, my memory has become a bit misty these days.
Amazing. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Are they friends? Are they enemies? I don't understand.
The remnant parties have started making their move.
I felt a disturbance in the air. What's gonna happen?
Terrorism. Different from the smiling faces. It's hard to predict the kind of terrorism Japan will engineer.
Terrorism using wit, most likely. Think they're capable of damage devastating enough to shake the foundation of the United States?
I need you to fly to Philly, right? A former aide to the leader of the UN party has information. He goes by the name Matsuken. Okay, he's staying at the Union Hotel. Now find him.
Who is he?
Kenjiro Matsuoka. He's the only guy remaining that belonged to the UN party. Now, he's the leader of 10 million secret Japanese members that are scattered around the world. He is a major force.
10 million?
What do you think they're capable of?
If they gathered in one state and organized their votes as one large block vote, then...
They could win the seat of a state. It's gonna be a wild game, because everyone's gonna want a piece of Matsuken.
The master has disappeared.
Yeah, Garcia. About that. Look, I need to tell you something real important.
Go ahead. Lay it on.
Let's see, how should I, Okay, 30 years ago, you and Harmon...
The crusade at Hotel Union. That escalated quickly, that was crazy. Matsuoka Kenjiro's confidential meeting with the United Nations. Shows that Garcian's pretty badass, but there's also something going on with his master.
Welcome to the Union, sir. How many nights will you be staying with us?
Actually, I'm meeting someone.
Oh, Mr. Smith. We've been expecting you. The top floor. Please use the elevator in the back.
How do you know my name?
I remember all the faces of our guests. Even your bag, sir.
Huh?
Everything's crazy. Can I switch? Nope, it's just Garcian. You're by yourself, dude. You don't fight good. He's not even leveling. Uh-oh. Don't die, Garcian. I need you to live. Who the hell is this guy? Steward? Crazy shit's going down. Cut the cord? Cut ties with someone? I'm not too sure what they're referring to. You couldn't just unplug it, you had to shoot it. You have to shoot it, man. It's a lot more repetitive now, during this more endgame-ish location. It's more of like a gauntlet of stuff. Not saying that it's all bad. It's just that it's more filler. Feels a lot more like filler rather than getting anywhere. Because every floor seems like has an item that I need to progress. The more I play Suda games, the more I actually think of them as just experiences you just play. Play like once every few years. Like you play them when you want something completely different than what's out there on the market. Like No More Heroes. Like after playing this game, I feel like I want to go play some No More Heroes. But then after you play them and you experience them, and you can just kind of like wait a few years before you play them again. It's more of the experience rather than the actual gameplay or mechanics. The world is what makes you want to keep playing, I guess. The characters and just the weird, overall weird tone of it. Alright, finally got everything. Let's go continue with this very just like boring level. As much as it's trying to be, I guess, kind of sad or whatever. It's just really boring. Let's get out of here. Sounds straightforward. Let's do it. Pop the bumps. Timer smile. Oh god! Why did they have to run? Come on, Khan, hit the freaking spot! Woo!
You the one they call Matsuken?
No, Kanjiro Matsuoka is not here. I already handed him over.
Where?
How about I give you a clue?
You know we don't have time for puzzles.
Of course. A new informant is waiting. When you find yourself getting close to the truth, please come again. I'm afraid our time is up. Good day.
Well, there goes part 1. Very boring part 1.